Waistband, bell line is good right here at the top of the letters. Ladies, let me remind you, you are fighting for the first undisputed women's heavyweight championship of the world. You know what's expected of you. Obey my commands. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves. God bless you both.
A historic moment and a dream homecoming for Claressa Shields as she looks to add to an overflowing trophy case. But tonight, Danielle Perkins hopes to turn this dream into a nightmare.
Ready? You ready? Box.
Our main event is underway. Claressa Shields, Danielle Perkins, the undisputed women's heavyweight title on the line.
And you can see right away just a significant size advantage in there for Danielle Perkins. Like the rehydrated into the 190s, Claressa Shields maybe got into the low 180s. That's going to be something Danielle Perkins has to try to take advantage of if she's going to have a chance to win this fight.
Perkins looks huge. She looks tall, wide shoulders, strong. She's definitely the heavier fighter. Shields is going to be careful in these early rounds because Perkins, she may be the older fighter, only 5'5", but she's still a bigger, stronger fighter in there. And this is the problem when you're going up in weight. You got to be careful of the power. You can't take it for granted.
Three-punch combination there for Shields. The right hand certainly breaking through, as did that one.
And I love that Perkins is coming out aggressive on the front foot, not intimidated by the quote.
And that's one of the things that Claressa mentioned during weigh-ins, that really made her nervous. That Perkins has absolutely no respect or fear against her one-time dear friend.
Watch your feet. Watch your feet.
Danielle Perkins does have good power in that straight left hand. She's a little slow to bring it back. That's why these counter shots of Claressa Shields are probably going to be her best weapons.
These are those early moments, Sergio, that you and I were talking about, where Shields counters in that opening round and just saps the confidence of her opponent.
She takes the confidence out of him with the foot speed, with the combinations. Claressa Shields, one of the best combination punchers in boxing. She puts them together. Quick hands, quick feet, good combinations. Everything's flowing.
But watch that right hand. It's coming all the way from the back, and she's supporting it with her right leg. It is nice and steady. Consistent for that power punch that has done wonders for her career.
Time.
Shields was trying to time Perkins to come in. She's trying to bait her in to land that right hand. Perkins not falling for it.
Seconds out.
Shields came up short with all those punches because of the height, because of the reach, and because Perkins is such a big woman, such a big fighter. Shields is going to have to jab her way in and respect the size of Perkins.
Round two underway, and Chris Mannix, Danielle Perkins talked about kind of the boredom that she felt in her career, waiting for opposition and competition. She found it here tonight.
Well, she's taking a major leap up in competition against Claressa Shields. And one thing Claressa, I think, probably should do early on is target that body. Claressa Shields is not a big body puncher. Statistically, her numbers are way down. But against a tall, long fighter like Danielle Perkins, those body shots are going to be available.
It's going to be hard for Claressa to break that long reach. I love the way that Perkins is fighting tall. She's fighting tall, and she has that left hand cocked. Shields has to respect that left hand, so she needs to break that range with jabs and foot feints.
And what do you think about Perkins widening her stance the way that she has in this fight?
Hey, listen, some fighters love wide stance. It's okay with them. You don't lose power doing that as long as you're athletic. Perkins has that athleticism.
And she's always on that toe on her left leg, just almost like to catapult a nice power punch on her left hand. Watch how she just puts the foot up, always supporting that pivot.
playing from the lead hand. Keep Shields at bay.
I don't know what you guys think about that. Chin is too out there. She's overreaching just a tad bit. Perkins might open up for a nice uppercut coming from Claressa.
Shot to the body there. Right hand. Right along the belt line of Danielle Perkins with 20 seconds remaining in the second round.
Perkins has the right idea, being on the back foot. You know, it's going to be hard for Shields to break that range when she's on the back foot.
Good right hand.
Beautiful right hand.
As we come to the end of round two.
Hello, darlings. Aunt Helga. Futuristic scooters, old school website. Relax. Web upgrades, I own them. Better design, e-commerce, and smart AI. Now you're fit for the future. I scoot off now. Your digital partner, Ionos.
Look, I love the fact that Perkins showed no fear. She was waiting for the right opportunity to pounce. Shields trying to come with the quick combinations. Perkins says, I'm not allowing that tonight. I love that exchange. Shields got the better of it. I think she dominated the middle of the ring. But I love the fact that Perkins did not back down from that.
Yeah, Perkins got to be careful, Sergio. One thing she talked to us about this week was being cognizant of how far she can fall behind in these early rounds. She is looking to land that one big shot, but she knows Claressa throws some eye-catching punches that are clearly going to get the attention.
There it is right there.
Right hand over the top.
And Perkins is hurt.
Perkins is in trouble.
Perkins is hurt.
Perkins is all over the place. No more friendship here. The load is unloading in round three.
And right hand, over and over.
Perkins trying to fight her way out of danger, but there's a lot of time for Shields to work with. Perkins wisely grabbing a hold. And Shields knows she can hurt Perkins.
It was a big over and run landed by Shields. It would be smart for her to go back down to the body. That right hand will be there again.
Big left hook to the body. Shields pouring it on.
Perkins is hurt, guys. Perkins is hurt.
And Perkins stumbles over. I think she got tangled up with the referee, but she is on wobbly legs.
Absolutely. She has not recovered. She has no legs from underneath her at all.
takes a brief reprieve in what is otherwise one of the most electric fight atmospheres that we've been in some time for this main event. See if there are any adjustments that Perkins can make here. Nice counter left hook from the top there from Shields, looking back against the ropes.
Shields being very economical with the counter punches. She doesn't want to exchange with the bigger fighter. Really smart of Shields. She's hot-shotting. She's looking for the right shot, the big shot, instead of throwing combinations like she normally does.
Sergio, you can see the eyes of Claressa Shields locked right in on the midsection of Danielle Perkins. I think she's waiting for that right hand to let go so she can launch it right of her own.
Yeah, they're both trying to counter each other's counter. Shields is such a smart fighter, man. You can see that she's trying to land something big over the lazy jab.
Beautiful triple jab right there. She's creating a space for that punch that you just mentioned.
Fire back with that left hand and sails over the top. And Sergio, this is also the sign of an elite counterpuncher, a dangerous counterpuncher. Shields at times is just planting her feet, but the threat of that hand speed is just too much.
Corey, you're seeing exactly what I'm seeing. She's inching her feet closer and closer to the southpaw stance just to land a big overhand shot again. She's not going to go punch for punch with Perkins. She wants the big shot, the money shot.
Hand to the body, the feet got tangled, and that will do it for round 4.
How you feel, champ? Take your time. This time, hold the shoulder to get a little closer to it. You're looking far away. All right? If you're falling for your face, so just take your time. Get a little bit closer if you can. D, hit her. She's done. She's done. Take your time. She's finished. Sit on your shot.
A jam-packed Dort Financial Center here in Flint. This crowd has been losing its collective mind throughout this main event a couple of times. Shields has had Perkins hurt. And a ring walk to remember. An evening to remember for the fans here in Flint watching their hero come back home, vying for the undisputed heavyweight title.
May I just ask Sergio real quick, do you think at this point in time, Claressa is setting up a trap and allowing Perkins to close the gap so she can look for that big body shot that Chris Mannix was talking about, looking for that body not only in the sides, but in the solar plexus?
I think Claressa understands who she's under, who she's fighting, but she's trying to set up her overhand right. That's the punch that actually hurt Perkins earlier, and that's the exact same punch that's going to land again.
Right there.
Coming up short right there because she's not stepping in deep enough.
Yeah, and I think Claressa Shields can afford to be patient here. In addition to only having 5 professional fights under her belt, Danielle Perkins has never been the 10-round distance. So the deeper this fight goes, the better it's likely going to fare for Claressa Shields.
There it is. There's that overhand right. Came up short. You can see that Shields is not looking eye to eye to Perkins, looking at the chest of Perkins.
Well, the right came up short there, Sergio, but she followed through with a left hook that did connect. So that may be something that Shields could think about as well.
See, this is one thing about hurting your opponent early. You start winging your shots with too much power. Shields needs to go back, get composed, and jab her way in. Just like that. That power jab right there that she caught. Perkins coming in with it.
Bit of rough stuff on the inside. Again, that friendship between Shields and Perkins, it has dissolved, at least for the duration of this fight.
You know, I like the fact that even though she hurt her, she's not willing to just expose herself and just go for the jugular. She's taking her time. She's being very prudent in the way she attacks Perkins.
Closing moments here in round 5. Claressa Shields in control in the main event. title against former WBO champ Joseph Parker at Riyadh Seasons The Last Crescendo, live on DAZN pay-per-view February 22nd. And the bad blood is already brewing between these two. If you haven't watched the face-off between them on DAZN, you can check that out later on tonight.
Stay on your jab. Be ready to shoot that left hand. Be ready to shoot that left hand. You look good. Come in with do 1, 2. You tripping in 1, 1, 2. See it, time. Gotta time him. Stay on the jab and time my ass.
There's that overhand right that she was looking for. Came up short, but did the smart thing and came back with that left hook. She's able to get away with that because she's so athletic with her feet.
Watch out. Watch your feet. Watch your feet. Watch your feet. You okay? You good? Okay. We good. Let's go. Box.
It looks like there's a spot on the canvas there. Maybe one of the boards beneath the canvas.
Take the chance. Control.
Shields tripped on there. Perkins pointing downwards at it.
Might have got damaged when Skylar Lacey crashed into it.
So I was about to say the two big men probably cracked it. Not only that, but you got a lefty and a righty fighting, and you're always going to have that them tripping over each other's foot. Perkins on the front foot now. I like seeing this from Perkins. I wanted to see this from Perkins.
That's the position Perkins wants to be in. In front, pressing Shields against the ropes, in position to throw that straight left. But she gotta let it go. In her last fight, she was willing to eat some counter shots to land those straight lefts. Not so much early on against Caressa.
Nice right hand to the body there from Shields. Again, coming behind it with that left hook.
Yeah, great hook from Caressa.
Huge right hand again. That one pops the head back of Danielle Perkins.
Shields just barely missing with big right hands. She's not jabbing her way in. If she doubles and triples up the jab, that right hand will land. Alternate that right, there it is.
But Perkins hasn't been able to adjust to that overhand right. She's taken every single one. Caressa has connected every single right hand.
Shields, as we know, she can be very dangerous with her back against the ropes, and she lines up for a big 15 seconds of round 6. Nice counter shot there from Shields.
10 seconds, ladies.
I'd like to see what Darnell Pierce says, because that right hand, even though it's not damaging, like in a dramatic way, it's gonna chip away.
How you feel, Jam? Take your time. She's done. You gotta take your time. Don't rush yourself.
Here's that overhand right that Shields is looking for. Just barely came up short because she didn't take her foot deep enough to land that shot. But if she would have jabbed her way in, that would have been a money punch. That shot right there would have been good night. Right on the tip of the chin, just barely came up 1 inch short. 1 inch short from being a knockout overhand right there because her left foot didn't step in deep enough.
Jag research, the jab she threw there was kind of a throwaway jab. She throws that more as a scoring punch. Get that guard down, and Perkins, that right would have landed.
Game of inches, man, and it's all about footwork from the foundation up, and that's the only reason that punch didn't land. But it will be there again.
Perkins looking for that counter left hand as round 7 begins. And again, that the widening of the stance that Perkins is assuming for this fight, that might have actually been what saved her from getting knocked out there. Just that extra inch that Shields has to reach upwards.
You know, there's a lot of big fighters that have been successful with a wide stance. You know, wide stance is fine. Your power doesn't go away if you're accustomed to that.
All right, Chris Mannix, how do you have this scored so far?
6 rounds to none in favor of Caressa Shields. That third round, where Caressa almost scored a knockdown, could have been scored a 10-8 round, but 10-9 across the board, 60-54 in favor of Caressa Shields.
I scored a 10-8. Good full dominance by Caressa Shields.
Yeah, and I think that the length of time that Perkins was hurt for might have compelled some judges to give that one a 10-8 round also.
You guys know you're not allowed to disagree with my scorecards when you're sitting at this table.
Was that my contract? I didn't see no about it.
You have to wait till Twitter later.
Yes, we still love you.
Perkins looking for that left hand again.
Most
We're entering
appreciated.
that point in the fight where Perkins might be thinking about selling out.
No, I don't think they'll be right selling out against her. Shields is waiting for her to sell out. Perkins, she's looking for the left hand. She's not going to go punch with Shields for it. I think that she's trying to set her up with a straight left hand or right hook, but it's going to be a single shot.
Big right hand again over the top. I meant Perkins selling out in search of the knockout, but Claressa Shields seems much closer to that ending than does Perkins, who gets locked with another right hand.
And three, ladies, and three.
I am highly impressed with the way Claressa has been handling her weight. To maintain that output of punches is amazing. Her stamina, wow.
Well, Boots will clash in a welterweight unification bout against Amanda Stanionis on April 12th at the Jim Whelan Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey. All the welterweight gold on the line, the Ring Magazine title on the line, and here's an interested observer of that fight. I'm sure, Chris, maybe the winner of that one can meet that man one.
I think Terrence Crawford will be entertained by that fight, but there's only one man that Terrence Crawford is interested in. His name is Canelo Alvarez. And that weight class is a little bit above the 147-pound division.
Round 8 now underway. What has in all likelihood been a complete shutout for Claressa Shields. It has been on Prismatics' scorecards. We would assume it is the same on the 3 judges' scorecards here tonight. Another right hand rains in from Shields.
Chris, the speed. This is the heaviest she's ever been. That has not affected her at all.
And three, ladies. Right, right. Step back, no punch. Step back. Step back. And three, work out of it. Work out. Let it go, Danielle. Let it go, Danielle. Let it go. Right, right.
I'm afraid Danielle has lost the fire that we saw as she walked into the ring.
I was about to say, Sergio and I were talking about this during the opening. The look that some fighters get when they're in there with Claressa Shields is almost a tangible loss of confidence, especially when they see Shields' hand speed. I think we're seeing that materialize in Danielle Perkins. As confident as she was coming into it, it seems like that's been taken away.
You know, not totally. Because I still see a little fight for Perkins. Perkins is not backing up. Yes, I see the intimidation. I see what you guys are talking about, but I still think that she's throwing the right shots. And she's doing what she can against a great fighter.
Right.
But Shields is just too much. Shields is waiting to counter her. The hands are too quick, the feet are too fast. And yes, the intimidation is there, lingering in the air.
Sergio, but think about it. She's thrown big punches, and yet Clarissa's still coming at her with the same speed as she did in the first round. At the heaviest she's ever been. It's got to be frustrating at this point in time.
Closing moments of round 8. 2 to go here in our main event.
Got 4 minutes. What you gonna do with them? It's the beginning of summer. What is it? You gotta go get it. You don't gotta go get a rest. Stay aggressive like you are. Keep the left hand tight. You only find that one shot. But when y'all get inside them places and stuff, don't just touch their body, touch their body. Little rabbit shots right here. Don't just hold it. She's trying to do little shit. Win little moments. Don't let her win them moments. Nothing else talk fast. Let them jump up off the floor and tell you don't do it again. But that's all right. Don't let her win them little moments. Hand tight. Keep that left hand tight. And get a little more aggressive.
You can see Shields, trying to punch her way in. Little elbow right there. Rough tactics by the glove right there, but it's a second look. Look, she's trying to break that distance with a flurry of punches, but if she doesn't take the feet with her, then it's not going to be as effective.
Round 9 begins. Undisputed women's heavyweight title on the line.
after Perkins. Fight like the bigger fighter. Smother the fighter. Back up the group.
Yeah, that's the meanness, that's the intensity that Perkins didn't seem to have in previous rounds.
And that's what I need to see.
Huge left hook there from Shields. Back Perkins up. But back comes Perkins.
Good job by Perkins there in that exchange, throwing with Claressa Shields. That's what she's got to do. I mean, the risk is you're going to get countered, and she's been countered all night long. But the only chance Danielle Perkins has to land a difference-making shot is punching with Claressa Shields and throwing that straight left hand.
Good shot there by Perkins. Chopping right hands. Nothing landing cleanly, but still rocking Shields back, keeping her on the defensive. I like this tactic for Perkins.
Perkins playing a little bit of bully ball here. And Shields gets her back off the ropes. Tries to walk Perkins back. Shields having to tap into her MMA experience a little bit this round.
Hands free, lady. Toss out.
You know, we might not think about it, but that adds to her flying hours. And the resilience in the grit, you can see it. She is literally not intimidated by a much bigger fighter. And she's taking every single punch Perkins is dishing and not moving.
Final 10 seconds of round 9.
10 seconds.
Better round for Danielle Perkins. But the Globe still in full control.
Last round. Gotcha. You're talking about the first 30 seconds. Gonna bomb you out. Be smart. Take her downstairs. She ain't got nothing for you. Nothing. Deep breath for me.
And here's a shot. That's an entry to a southpaw. Instead of a 1-2, if you're an orthodox fighter, you come in with a 2-1. Shields making that adjustment. But you can see that the size and having to punch up with the bigger southpaw is difficult for Claressa Shields. No matter how great she is, she's still fighting a much bigger woman and a fighter than Danielle Perkins.
Crowd is on their feet for the 10th and final round of what has been an electric homecoming for Claressa Shields. And she may be 2 minutes away from leaving her hometown, or rather keeping all the titles in her hometown.
I like this a lot from Danielle Perkins. Not just here to survive. Coming out here in the 10th round, pitting Claressa against the ropes, just looking for a home for that left hand.
It's counter right hand there from Shields. Perkins is going to need something big to cause the shock upset here. She walked into another big right hand. Right up to Danielle Perkins, particularly for the final 3 rounds. She has been going for it.
Yes, she has. The last 2 rounds especially. And I didn't expect those 42-year-old legs to have that much of a bounce towards the later part of this fight, especially in the last round.